If you have some option trading under your belt, doing it a little bit, doing it for a while, and you understand the strategies, the verticals, iron condors, covered calls, naked short puts, diagonals, that sort of stuff, you may be wondering, okay, I understand the defined risk stuff. And, let's say a vertical. If you're bullish on something, maybe you sell a put spread, which has defined risk. You know before you do the trade what your maximum loss can possibly be. Worst case scenario, you know what that loss is. And you say, well, okay. I hear a lot of people talk about selling naked puts, selling naked strangles, things like that. Selling naked puts instead of put spreads, selling strangles instead of iron condors. What's the advantage? Why would I do that? And, how do I start with that? Because going from defined risk, knowing how much I could lose, to with a short naked put, theoretically, of course, you could say if the stock goes to zero, okay, but how many stocks are going to go to zero? Well, a few do, but in most cases, the loss is just big, right? And you can't define it. You don't know if the max, you don't know if you're going to lose $100, $500, $1,000, right? So it is as much of a psychological step as anything else. You understand the strategies. It's taking that step to do it. You have to be comfortable with taking that undefined risk. Why would you want to in the first place? Well, the main reason is probabilities and speed of potential profit. So, oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes, the probability of profit on a naked short put, for example, or a short strangle, is higher than the probability of profit on a put spread or an iron condor. Okay, and let's take a look at that. And it can be different in different symbols depending on volatility, but that is true. Sometimes or oftentimes the probability is higher for the naked or open-ended risk trades, undefined risk trades. The second point is the dollar profit you might look to make. Let's say I want to generate, $200 of profit on a trade. That can happen a lot faster with an undefined risk trade strategy than a defined risk strategy. Let's go take a look at some options here. So I'm looking at SPX right here, and SPX is a good example because it's expensive and the difference between them isn't huge. So let's say I go down, let's say sell the, go and sell the 73.95 put, and I'm gonna, how much is that? $106. Let's go and sell the 75.65 call. So here, the probability of profit is 48%, fairly low, but I need, holy smokes, $141,000. Okay, that's a lot of money. A lot of people, if you have a smallish account, let's say, maybe under $25,000, you can't afford to do the trade in the first place. So you have to turn this neutral short strangle into an iron condor. And if I do that, I just buy the wings, and what happens? So, oh, geez, my probability of profit just went down to 15%. So it went from 48 to 15%. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm not saying you would do this trade to begin with. I don't, I'm not recommending it certainly. And I wouldn't necessarily do this type of trade right now either. The point is, though, the probabilities between them, between the undefined risk and the defined risk, can be different, very different. Let's look at another example. Let's go look at something like Micron, MU, a big, expensive, volatile stock. Let's open up 44 days, and you see the example here. So let's say I sell an 820 put, a naked short put. Let's see my buying power effect on that, $16,000. Okay, if you have a big account, you can handle that. But if you're, or even, I should say, even if you have a big enough account to take on a $16,000 buying power requirement, you may not be comfortable with the potential risk. Max loss, if Micron goes to zero in 44 days, I could lose $75,000. Okay, now, okay, is Micron going to go to zero in 44 days? Probably not. But I could still lose thousands of dollars on this trade in exchange for, $6,700 of max profit. So this is again, let's go to 67% probability of profit, 83% P50 number, probability of making 50%. Let's turn this into a put spread and see what the numbers are. So this is a good example. So my max profit went way down, of course, from 6,700 down to 360, but my probability of profit dropped and my P50 number dropped too. So the probability of profit drops in many cases for defined risk trades when you move from undefined risk to defined risk. The probabilities go down, the max profit goes down, and I may have to hang on to these trades longer, a short vertical longer, to make, let's say my max profit on this is $400, I sell this for $4 credit. To make $100 on that, I might have to hold this for, 25 or 30 days to get that, maybe. Whereas if I just sell this short 820 put, I might only have to hang on to this for, a week or 2 weeks to make $200. So that's the trade-off. I'm not saying that short naked strangles and short naked puts are better than defined risk trades. That's not what it is. But their characteristic is different. But it goes back to the point I made about the psychology of it. Are you okay taking the $75,000 of potential loss on a Micron short put? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. How do you get used to doing this? Even if you have the money to do that short put in Micron, how do you get used to it? Well, first of all, you don't start, or I wouldn't start, with a $944 stock. I certainly wouldn't start with the SPX, where the margin requirements are just too big and they're too volatile. What I would suggest, no matter your account size, okay, if you're making the jump from defined risk to undefined risk, look for low-priced stocks to begin with. Stocks trading under $20, for example. Why? Because the buying power requirements for those trades, for short strategies or undefined risk strategies in those symbols, in their options, are typically lower. Because the margin requirements in a regular margin account are based on the stock's price. Okay, so it's the stock price times 20% minus the out of the money amount, et cetera, et cetera. So it's based on the stock price. The lower the stock price, or I should say the higher the stock price, in this case, Micron, the margin requirements are going to be higher than a naked short put in an inexpensive stock. So what I would suggest is you go over to the watch list. I have the NASDAQ 100 loaded up here. You could do the S&Ps, go to market indices, go to S&P 500, and see what we have here. So let's take a look at the, what do we have? VTRS. Why am I looking at VTRS? Or let's look at P-Sky, Paramount. Let's take a look at it. I don't know. P-Sky. Type it in here. Let's go to 60. It has earnings coming out, 52% IV rank, 59% overall IV. Let's go up the 16-day options. So here's what I'm looking at. I can sell the 9 puts. If I were bullish on P-Sky, would I sell a put spread in here? No, because my max profit's only $9. Okay, not bad. But the margin required buying power effect is $41. But what I could do is maybe just sell this 9 put. Okay. And yes, buying power requirement is $235 because it's a $9.73 stock. It's a low price stock. Okay. So if could a $5,000 account handle a $235 buying power requirement? Yeah. If you're bullish on P-Sky, you could extend this out past the earnings numbers, go up to, where is earnings? Let's go out to the regular August. I could collect a lot more money. I like this trade. So 81% P50, probability of making half of its max profit, 68%, 69% probability of expiring worthless, expiring worthless. So this is a stock where I would consider, if you are new to undefined risk trades, start off with a cheap stock. Let's look at another one. Let's go back to our watch list. VTRS. And maybe you know something about these stocks, maybe you don't. I don't necessarily know what VTRS does, but let's go in and look at VTRS options, VTRS. Let's open again, earnings coming out in August. Here, I could sell the 15 put, have a 88% probability of profit, 77% probability of expiring worthless. Watch if I turn this into a vertical. Bang. Okay, the numbers don't really change that much, but my max profit goes way down. Okay. So if you were thinking about making a jump, and again, the margin requirement, buying power effect, $225. Okay. Yes, the max loss is big, $1,475 if VTRS goes to 0 in 44 days. Okay, that is your risk. But typically, it probably is going to do that. I don't think it will. Maybe it would, but it probably won't. This is the sort of trade, this is the sort of stock with relatively liquid options, decent volatility, where if you want to experiment with making a jump from defined risk verticals, iron condors, calendar spreads to naked short puts, naked short strangles, okay? Do it in lower price stocks. Now, I'm not saying that these are going to go up. I'm not saying that these are great things to trade necessarily. But if you are making that jump, this is a place to start. Okay? It builds up the psychology. It gets you used to taking undefined risk on lower risk products. Let's put it that way. So none of this is a trade recommendation. And if you do decide to move into undefined risks, please don't take any more risk than you are comfortable with.